probably look to something to the front of the line out. Oh, they go to 4. Very creative. LSU comes up hard. Oh, tackled right at the gain line. Uh-oh, now they're playing with a little bit of space. They got some numbers here. Let's see if somebody can step in. It's like, there he is. Very, very quick ball, but he's kind of by himself. He gets it back. Pinched in the ruck. Good work by LSU. Yeah, right. LSU gets by the gain line easily. LSU smashes Joe Roethele, punching above his weight. A good strike up by Cameron Troxler. LSU goes to another ruck. They've kind of stagnated along the gain line now. Tackled a hair behind the gain line. They keep it going. Mishandled. Hunter cleans it up. That'd be Hunter Breit. LSU averts a little bit of distress there, but still having a little trouble getting past the gain line. LSU seems to be going backwards right now. Hunter. Jack Remond tries to find space. Takes a funny bounce in LSU's advantage. Line out to the Tigers. The LSU Tigers, that is. Hunter Breit will try to see what he can do this time. LSU goes to 2. Mishandled. No knock-on called. Joe Roethele is gaining yardage every time, getting past the gain line. Jack cuts through. Jack Remond. Okay. Interesting. LSU needs to, they get a penalty, not rolling away from the tackle. About 10 meters out. LSU, let's see what they do right here. LSU will elect to go to touch, close in. They're going to try to drive it in. LSU gets the line out. We got Hunter Breit throwing it in. To David Downey. LSU's trying to drive it to come around the back. They get a hair past the gain line. They get it out. LSU gets just past the gain line. They need some numbers there to help out and recycle this ball. Joe Roethele getting past the gain line again. Boy, that kid punches above his weight. Cameron Troxler punching it up again. LSU seems to be stagnating right across the gain line. Here we go. LSU recycles it. Let's see if they can get the ball recycled a little bit quicker. Now they're going, unfortunate knock on. Was it a knock? No, it went through his hands. Referee Alan along, he signals. Terence Alexander hits it up. See if they can recycle a little bit quicker. Now they're getting a little bit faster ball. They find a little space right there. Closes out quick. Here comes Cameron Troxler trying to create some space. There's Jack Remond. Troxler single-handedly making space. LSU punching it up. LSU's trying to do it in the forwards. They need to get that ball recycled a little bit quicker. They have space for days. But they drive it up for a try. I couldn't quite see who got the try there.
Aidan, who scored that?
Try was scored by Cameron Troxler, who basically caused the last try. He got a really good hit up, got about 10 meters, put Clemson on their back foot, and LSU took care of business. They could never really reorganize their defense after that. Hunter Breit will attempt the extra point. Now in rugby, the extra point is taken from the point where the ball is placed down. So it's not in front of the post, it's to either side, or it could be in front of the post if it's placed down in front of the post. That's hence a touchdown. And it's good. Making the score, LSU 7, Clemson 0. Here's a really important part of the game. LSU just scored a try. It's very important that they retain their possession and not give and lose it. Clemson takes it deep, and that kid Jack smashes it up the park. Terence Alexander, a.k.a. Silky, hits it up again. LSU loses the ball, squanders a good opportunity. Here comes Clemson right now. Joel Jaidin hits it up hard. Knock on LSU. The referee let the advantage play. Basically in rugby what that means is if there's an infraction on the other side on one team and there's an advantage awarded to another team, essentially give them a free play. We'll have a put in by Andrew Escavera. I'm probably butchering this poor young man's name, but he's on TV. He should be happy. He'll look to get the ball out to Colin Gregory. It's a clean take. LSU doing very well in the scrummage, causing trouble. LSU gets the penalty. Clemson collapsed the scrum under pressure. Very good. Very good play by LSU. That bodes well for the LSU Tigers. Jack Remond will try to find touch right now. See if he can get it up the park. He's got the wind a little bit. By the way, my name's John Staub, and I'm the commentator tonight. LSU controls their line out again. Very tricky. Not in straight call. LSU did not get the ball in straight. It looked very clean to me, but Alan Alonghi's on top of it. Head coach Bob Causey and assistant coach Bob Causey, and I said that twice, pardon me, and Francis Mayer, his assistant coach, pacing the sidelines. Steve Lynch down at the other end. He's got to be happy with that. They took something and made it into nothing. Here we go. They're still looking for it. Now he's got a little bit of pace. He got. Let's see who can. LSU has hands on the ball. They should be able to pinch it, sir. Alan Alonghi saw something differently than I did. I thought the LSU player had his hands on the ball before the ruck had formed. However, I'm not the referee, he is, and I'll go along with his choice. Clemson gets a chance to punch it down the park, in which they do. About 15 meters down the park. No, we'll give them 20. So let's see how this lineout works. Wesley Wilder is throwing it in, instead of Joel Jaidin, the hooker. Wesley Wilder. Let's see who they go to on this. They've got kind of an interesting line-out setup. They're going to the back, very daring. And they drop it around, and they get a couple of meters on the gain line. Their prop, John Krumrey, gets across. They develop some clean ball. The inside center, I'm not quite sure who it is. Got across. The big second row, Harry Robinson, going forward. They're recycling good ball. They come short side. Oh, my goodness, a missed tackle by Daniel Boudreau. Allows them to get through, gets about 10 extra meters. That's not what they wanted to happen for these LSU Tigers. They keep on punching at the line. LSU stops him at the gain line. Clemson recycles it. Skip pass. Come on. They got numbers. They got numbers. It should be. It's not. Something happened out there. Clemson blows a golden opportunity. They're moving it again quickly. LSU's got numbers there in the tackle. They should be able to pinch the ball, and they do. Terence Alexander punching it up. He goes to the ground. Let's see if they can recycle that ball quickly and get it down the park. Oh, LSU has all kinds of space. Aidan Elias, turn it up like a dragster. All-wheel drive, no doubt about it. Keeps his feet in. Oh, very clean, smart play. David Downey there on the spot after some really tidy rucking. They put pace on the ball. Skip pass out to Cameron Troxler. That's the man you want. He gets a little ahead of the gain line. Kenneth Nicolosi punches it up, doing a great job on that. There when they needed him. LSU recycles the ball a little bit quicker. We got a header right there. He gets. LSU goes. They need to go wide. They have the advantage on the. Here we go. But he finds space. There's nobody there. There's pressure. They've got some pace right there. Mistakes. Cameron Troxler. Again. Ryan Robin came up off the kick, applied the pressure. The winger for Clemson lost his concentration, kind of gave a garbage pass out to his fullback, who should have caught it, but he didn't. And then Cameron Troxler coming through like a thoroughbred that he is, scores another try off the mistake. I love those garbage tries. That makes the score 12-0 LSU. Hunter Breit will try to take advantage of this and add 2 points to it. And he's got a pretty good angle on this. He fixes his man bun. Clemson's coach has got to be a little frustrated right now. They've been recycling quick ball. They were all the way down in the north end zone of LSU, having try-line fever. Hunter Breit misses the conversion. That leaves the score at LSU 12, Clemson 0. Clemson gets ready for the restart. Last time they went a little deep and it didn't really work too well for them. If I was them, I'd put it up high and put pressure on LSU. LSU's they go right to the 22-meter. The LSU decides to move it out. Move it out. They're looking for space. Jack Remond finds some space. Terence Silky hits it up. They really didn't get the kind of yards they could have. I would have punched it down the park. And they elect to do that over the head. Oh, a beautiful kick. Flips the field. Flips the field. Oh, It doesn't go to the 22. He makes a step. He's trying. He's trying to take it all the way. Needs his help. Clemson cleans it up very quickly. LSU counter rucks slightly. There we go. A knock on. Offsides on LSU. LSU's coach Francis Mayer observing the game. It was 13, actually. It wasn't an offsides penalty. It was a gentleman coming in from the side, number 13, Cameron Troxler. He's all over the place. Wesley Wilder would throw it in. David Downey sees something, and he's letting the boys know. They elect to go to 4. Everybody misses it. There's a penalty on. I'm not quite sure what the infraction was. It might have been barging. David Downey using a little bit of a sharp elbow in that play. And he's pinged. He has to be a little craftier about it. Clemson tries to go deep on this one. So Clemson in an attacking position right now. They squandered a possible try down to our far side earlier. It looked like it had to be, but it wasn't. They go to 4. They miss, but their back row player, number 6, Ethan Herr, takes it and makes something of it. They're punching ahead right now. LSU gets pinged for offsides again. Clemson goes with it quickly. Clemson's working it. Can they maintain the continuity of the ruck? They're fighting it out. LSU gets 2 men on him. It goes back to a ruck. Clemson tries to punch it up again. I think they're hitting on the wrong door. I think they need to go wide and see what happens. There's pressure. They got space. They're one more away. Let's see if he's got pace. He went high in the tackle. It's a try to Clemson in the far corner. I stand corrected. He's going to the TMO, which we don't have here. They're discussing it, making sure it's a try. Try given in the far corner. Try was scored by Mr. Hunter Dazet. Okay. I'm trying to see who the young man who will be taking the extra point will be. Cannot quite see the number of the gentleman that's going to take the kick. Oh, it's up. It keeps on going. It's no good. The extra point is no good, leaving the score at 12-5 LSU. Once again, that was Hunter Dazet that took the extra point as well. Scored the try and took the conversion. The starting lineup for LSU is Peter Belleau. Belleau, I stand corrected. There's a high kick. Little mistakes here. No knock on yet. No knock on. Clemson attempts to clean it up. LSU's having their way right now, making it difficult on Clemson. Clemson punching it up a little bit, just fine, making something out of nothing right there. Number 4, Matthew Absher, punching it up. And they go for touch. Oh, no, this Dazet gets everywhere. He almost made something out of nothing. LSU retains the possession, though. LSU's going to do a hit up off the side and try to tidy it up a little bit. Oh, the ball's out of bounds. LSU hit it up the side. We're going back to the knock-on on Hunter Dazet. But, boy, he made a good effort. He got down. He almost took his own kick. It's a put-in for LSU. I look for LSU right now to go to their winger, Aidan Elias, who showed pace and seems to be beating his opposition winger, Owen Skanowski. What a football name. LSU gets clean ball. They let it out. They go with a punch up. Oh, my goodness! Fooled everybody, including myself. Come on, LSU needs to recycle this ball quickly and get it out to Aidan. Elias. Jack Remond punches it up again. LSU's punching it up off the side. Clemson gives them 7 or 8 yards. That can't be good. They're all queued up on the outside. They're all queued up. They let it out. They got numbers. LSU's going through, gaining bits and pieces of yardage every time. They're about 3 meters off the line. They're queuing up. They're punching it up. Oh, good defense by Clemson. Oh, knocked on by Clemson in the ruck. Unfortunate for LSU. If I was LSU, I'd go up the short side and challenge the swinger. I'd make it Aidan Elias against Owen Skanowski and see what happens. He's had his way. Let's see what they have. LSU puts it in. So let's look to the near side. They pick up. Todd picks it up. Oh, he's hit. Oh, squandered an opportunity. Oh, but they retained the possession somehow. Okay. Pick and go by Aidan. He saw his chance and he had to take it. LSU keeps on going to the short side. They punch it back up. They're looking at numbers. That was almost an obstruction right there. We lucked out. Too slow a ball. Jack Remond tries something. Steps his man, gets closer. Ball knocked on. Uh-oh. Clemson's in an attacking position. Holy smokes. He's coming. Oh, there was a turnover ball. Clemson attacked. Clemson's attacking again. They're short on numbers. Can somebody get there to the ruck? They do. They clean it up. They need to go quicker. Now they're spreading. Oh, they had space for days. They don't. If they go wide, they got numbers. Oh, a bad pass. Oh, they had space for days on the right side. LSU's got an injury to a little water break here. It's actually quite a cool night here at LSU considering the heat we had today. We got a wind coming out of the north about 10 miles an hour. Let me give you the line out of the teams right now. That's Joe Ruocco that's down, a little shaken up right now. The starting lineup for LSU is the head coach Bob Causey and Francis Mayer. The number one prop is Peter Belleau. Hunter Breit is the hooker. Porter Dazet is the other prop. David Downey is a second rower out of Scotland. Terence Alexander, who's recently moved to second row, has showed a great deal of talent there, is your other second row. Kenneth Nicolosi, better known as Tarzan, is at the blindside flanker. Joseph Roethele is being changed out for number 23, Samuel Beard. We got Todd Dupre at 8-man. We got Jack Remond at number 10. We got Daniel Boudreau at inside center. Cameron Troxler at outside center. Ryan Robin on the right wing. Aidan Elias at the left wing, and Jack Gabb at fullback. And the put-in will be by Andres Echeverria. Oh, that was a pickup that shouldn't have happened that way. They let him get way too far. They hit it up again, this Clemson team does, with Joel Jaidin. That flying mane of hair. Clemson hits it up again, gets another 7 or 8 meters. And they're hitting, unfortunate knock on, but they got offsides on LSU. Boy, that Clemson team cycling the ball quickly put a lot of pressure on this LSU defense. They were very, very hard pressed to reorganize their defense at the A and ABC slots and ABC slots on either side of the breakdown. Clemson goes to find touch right past the 22 meter, inside the LSU 22 meter. Wesley Wilder put it in. Clemson's had pretty good luck in the lineup tonight. It's well thought out there. LSU's going with 2 pods to try to block out most of the game. Now they're a little bit, looks like they're a little disorganized on their line-out defense right now. They go to 2, there was no blockers there. Clemson gets a drive going. Let's see if they can recycle it to the back. They do. 20 hits it up. The replacement for the second row that was hurt. Clemson coaches are saying swing it wide, but the ball's coming a little slow. LSU's defense is getting reorganized. But once again, they hit it up the park 2-3 meters at a time. Another meter up. And Clemson lets it out. They got a striker coming on. They use a dummy runner. Number 12, Grant Weston, takes it. Doesn't get any gain line. Number 20 makes a tidy little step, but doesn't get any further. They're still trying to pierce LSU's line. The defense is holding up well. A couple of meters. They got unfortunate knock on. Knock forward scrummage to LSU. That was an unfortunate knock on for Clemson. They were moving forward. They kind of had a plan there. They took it inside the 5 meter. And they were queuing it up. They were queuing it up to make a strike just around the 15 meter line. LSU's been controlling the scrummage tonight, which has been their advantage. However, Clemson in the breakdowns has been recycling their ball much faster, which has created a bunch of problems for LSU on defense. Made it a lot harder than it needs to be. Oh, no. Unfortunate knock on, but he doesn't find the space. Let's see what the call is. It's a 5-meter scrummage. LSU must have been held up in the tackle. Somebody did a pretty good job of saving a try right there for LSU. It looks like Michael Krupp was the man that saved the try. It looks like Clemson's going to have another go. But that LSU scrummage, Clemson doesn't get it to the back quickly. They're not going to have a very good organized ball coming out to the backs. And this is where LSU's got the edge right now. They need to keep the pressure on them right now. Clemson needs to get the ball to the number 8 quickly and get it the heck out of there if they want to have any hope. Let's see what happens. This is a little bit of strategery here, as they say. Clemson takes this scrummage seriously. They're battling. They got their halfback isolated. They still managed to recycle the possession. Good work by Clemson out of a bad situation. Clemson picks it up and drives it. Oh, very tidy hands. He downs it in the corner. Tidy hands by Clemson. Number 12. Saw what he had to do. No spin pass. Just goes right through his hands. Wait. Oh, no try given. No try given. There was a penalty. I'm curious as to the call of this. I thought Clemson had a try in the corner. It was a nice little set of hands there. With 4.5 minutes left in the half. I'm not quite sure what the call was, but it was a penalty. Clemson. Huh. Oh, boy. Let him play, sir. Let him play. Clemson's probably going to go the other way this time. Yep. And they give it to the flying mane of hair as their hooker. And they punch it across. LSU might have been better off having it scored in the corner. They're going to bring it out. That should be a pretty easy conversion for them, but you never know. Got to try. Yep. Matthew Absher with the try, punching it over. That makes the score 12-10. LSU still in the lead. Clemson seems to be getting past the gain line fairly regularly now. LSU needs to reorganize up their defense and make those hits up closer. They've got to keep them from going across the gain line. Hunter Dazet will attempt the extra point. As you notice, it's coming out directly in front of where he touched the ball down. I think this is a par 1 for him. He'll probably use a sand wedge. He's a big fellow, that kid is. He looks thin from far away, but he's got some big old legs on him. And it's up, and it's no good. What in the name of Mel Meninga was he thinking? Okay. So now it's 12-10. LSU gets a break. We got about 2 minutes left in this half. Let's see where LSU goes with this. They applied a lot of pressure on kickoffs. In collegiate rugby, the restart is usually more difficult for the receiving team than the kicking team. And it's a good high ball. Let's see if LSU gets on top of it. Oh, and like I said, you see it right there. And LSU somehow doesn't retain possession. Oh, but they get a break. Clemson steps out of bounds. It'll be a line out to LSU in an attacking position with about a minute and a half left. Let's see what they can do. I know where I'd put the ball. I would bring the ball all the way out to Aidan Elias. Give Cameron Troxler a little go at it, see what he can do. We'll see what kind of hands they got. LSU, misses a wide open line out. But they go a little high in the tackle, but they still manage to get down. We got it. Yep. Clemson keeps it, recycles it, gets it away. Clemson mishandles the ball. We got a man down on a stoppage with 1 minute left. LSU's suffering on these lineouts, missing wide open jumpers. Sometimes they make it a little too difficult on themselves. Clemson's coach, Stephen Lynch, goes out there to see to his player. Stephen has been around the world of rugby. He's coached in Italy. He worked for the Glendale Raptors for a time out in Denver, Colorado. Coached with the legendary Robbie Dawes, former Aspen blindside flanker, who was part of some great teams. They're seeing to him. The referees have a bit of a chat. The game's been a back and forth affair. The difference being is LSU's Cameron Troxler taking advantage of Clemson's mistakes 2 times. Clemson's had to work for everything. LSU's got the easy tries. We'll have a scrummage to Clemson after that break. Let's see what Clemson does. They've mishandled the ball from number 10 a couple of times. They don't get that smooth ball out. Let's see if they decide to attack. If they get good clean ball, let's see if they attack. They've got oodles of space out here. Let's see if they show some French flair and go for it from their own try line. They steady up their scrummage. It was a little bit slow. They're not too good that way. They get good clean ball. Why would he grub it? Oh, we got a penalty on offsides on LSU. Unlucky. There's about 38 seconds to go. I wonder if they're going to go for touch or they'll run it out. They've got to look at the clock. They got 30 seconds left. The ref will probably give them one more go at it to play the advantage of the clock, but they've got to get it going right now. As is custom in rugby, if you have a penalty, even if the clock's run out, they will let you play it out. So this will be crucial play. Let's see what they're going. You can see some good rugby right here. Good clean take, fast ball. They skip with the dummy runner. They're bringing it out wide. They got some pace. Let's see what he can do. Good Cameron Troxler on the tackle. Let's see. Hit up by the hooker. Good clean ball. Oh, nobody really talked to him. Clemson retains possession. They still got the ball. The next stop will end the half. A break for LSU. LSU picks it up. They're rumbling towards the line. It's LSU's possession. Knocked forward. Halftime, LSU puts the pressure on. Really came up with a good defensive stand right there. Pushed them backwards off of Clemson's mistakes. Interesting half of rugby. Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about that. Really, is teams playing off of each other's mistakes in that game, which is a lot like college rugby. Clemson's recycling of the ball is much quicker than LSU's, but their 9-10 connection is just not there. It seems like they'll get a good possession, and the ball will come out, and they'll bobble it, and it'll slow the whole thing down and let LSU's defense come up. On the other hand, and we're going into halftime, and I'll have some other comments about LSU's play in the first half when we come back from this commercial break. Okay, what do you think? She gets the ball in, almost loses possession of it. It's at the back. LSU goes where I thought they would. They give it to Cameron Troxler. Doesn't get the ball to Aidan. Elias. And they it's out the back. Very peculiar. Called a knock on Clemson. Unlucky for Clemson. Lucky for LSU. Todd Dupre picked it up. They just didn't quite get the ball into Cameron's hand quick enough to where he could distribute to Aidan and let Aidan try to work some magic. There's been a mismatch over there all night. LSU's going into a northern wind now, and it's so they prepare for the scrummage. LSU needs to take advantage of these put-ins. There's a little bit of feeling out between the hooker and the scrum half right now. Let's see if they can get a smoother strike this time. There we go. LSU gets it to the back. Good clean ball. Not such a good pass out the back. But oh my goodness! If the kid got a little feel of what rugby league's like in Australia, smashed down at the game line. Good, solid, clean tackle. But he's back on his feet like the man that he is. Ooh, Clemson. LSU hits it up again. This young fella, Cody Frye, on. He's really getting some good hit-ups here. LSU, unlucky line out. I'll tell you, this number 23's work rate's up there. I like the defense by Clemson right now. They're bringing it out. They're trying to make a statement right now with LSU. Hey, if you want to come through the middle, you better be prepared to get hit. LSU had one pretty good strike up in the first half, but other than that, it hasn't really happened yet for them. Again, pardon me. Let's see what happens on this possession. Okay, the ball's LSU making that, putting pressure on the scrummage. Oh, they throw it forward. LSU causes a turnover. Kenneth Nicolosi controls it, punches it up. LSU has to recycle faster and get the ball to their backs. They're just not. They're getting stuck in the forwards. Okay, LSU, it's just too slow. Now, okay, let's see if they can do on this possession. A big, long skip pass. Oh, and he finds some space. Let's see what kind of pace he has. He turns it up. Gets there. LSU backs. Control the ruck. Let's go back again. They've got to get a Cameron Troxler, a one-man gang. A one-man gang. LSU lucky on that. Cameron Troxler doing some good work. He's going to do a little bit more work. Okay, LSU hits it up. Number 23. Cody Frye. LSU gets a try. Some good work. Once they get that ball recycled faster, they play much better. The key to that is the first tackle when that ball came across, their two backs got in there, rucked, retained clean possession, and allowed the ball to be cleaned up and Cameron Troxler to take it on the dash coming around the corner. That was 20 meters up the park. Then the rest was history. LSU just did one more hit up, and then scored the try. Pretty good, tidy play. I did not see who the try scorer was in the mask down there. Pardon me? Hunter Breit with the try. Gives LSU 17 points. And Hunter Breit, very important, helps himself. Scores 7 points in 2 minutes. You got to like that. That's a tidy little thing. Oh, boy, 7 points. There's nothing like helping out. Now, here comes the restart. And as we've stated, it's so important for LSU to retain the possession off of this, get a clean possession, and then put it back down the other end of the park. They found a little weakness on the blind side winger a few times. They've caught him up. It's a good high kick. They're bringing pressure. Let's see who gets it. Oh, good. Oh, unlucky. Let's play the first knock by Clemson, but Clemson put the pressure on them, and now they've slowed down play. But they played in LSU's advantages because LSU's been controlling the scrum all game. So LSU gets a good platform to work off of. Let's see if Todd Dupre, he's had a little bit of luck of coming around the side a few times. See if we can bring it out, draw their flanker, and hit up on their scrum half or halfback. Pardon me. Hit the fly half. That's where I'd want it. I want to take him out and create an overlap. Ball's in. LSU gets that clean possession. They go to the backs. A little bit behind him. Nice little hit up. Cameron Troxler again. Imagine that. LSU gets a clean. That ball needed to go away quicker. LSU gets it away a little. They get past the gain line. A good 3 yard. Ooh, 5 yards. Good. Let's see. They got it. Now they're recycling the ball much quicker. Jack Remond didn't like what he seen. He decided he'd do the work himself. Now the ball comes out. LSU goes to the winger. Let's see what he's got. See what he's got. He hits it up quick. Ryan Robin. Come on. LSU not releasing. Not releasing. They quick tap. But Clemson's got space. Oh, it's not out of bounds. Very tidy play by Clemson right there. Heads up play. And number 4, was it? No, that was their winger on the job. Quick possession. They got space outside. He decides he's better than everybody outside of him and crashes into 2 guys. Unlucky, but it was thrown forward. They'll be talking about that on the film. He had 3 players outside of him with space, but he decides that he wants to try to do like a little Philippe Salah dummy thing. It gets smashed down and loses possession of the ball. As he matures as a player, he'll see the error of his ways. But to the LSU Tigers' advantage. And they're playing right into LSU's strength with 10 minutes on in the second half. The scrummage, LSU has dominated the scrummaging all night long. LSU gets a nice clean possession again. They go to Cameron Troxler, off to Aidan Elias. Aidan Elias gets a good 15-meter run right there. They're queuing up. They need that ball to recycle faster. score. Again, the score is LSU 19, Clemson 10. Some of our viewers at home have the wrong score posted, but Hunter Breit scored a try and kicked the conversion to make the score 19-10 LSU. Update. We're updating it currently. We had a call in from a former superstar of LSU Rugby, Eric West. Dr. Eric West now. Just goes to show you, we've got some real scholars that have played rugby for LSU. LSU dominate just against the head. Clemson's, they can't work much off of that. And if you notice through the second half, the lineouts are far and few between in this first 12 minutes of the second half. It's playing right into LSU's strengths. They pretty much deprived Clemson of a lot of their possession. Clemson's got to be concerned here. They've got to go to a channel one ball or something to get the ball to the back, to get some possession for their backs. They're just dominating in the scrummage. Clemson struggling. But Aunalongi, the referee, gives him one more put in. I thought that might have had to go to LSU, but Allen knows best because he's the referee, and that's the way it is in rugby. We respect them. Last week against LSU Alexandria, LSU struggled a little bit in their scrummaging, but they seem to have sorted it out this week, and they're really doing well. There we go, another put in. They cleaned it up. Clemson listened. Clemson finds a little space at the back. It takes a bounce to. You want that kid with the ball in hands if you're in trouble. He's a tough one. LSU. Did we recycle? Do they turn? Does LSU get the ball back? LSU struggling. Looks like they've retained the possession. Let's see if they can get it out of here. They do. They clear it. High kick. And nobody's there for Clemson to receive it. The scrum half for Clemson. Andres Echeverria takes it. Clemson gets a more quick ball. They cannot handle the ball. Knock on. One of the few chances they've been on the front foot the second half, and they squander it. I like the kick. Clemson got the ball. They put a high kick up. They put pressure on. They had LSU where they wanted them. They forced a turnover, and then they squander the possession. Me being partial to LSU, I must admit, that's okay by me. But Clemson has to be a little bit upset with themselves. One of the LSU players has a bit of a cramp. He's back up. That was David Downey out of Scotland. LSU really wants to get the ball away from their try zone. If I was LSU, I would look at the space up on the left side of the park. They've got all kinds of space. They've been winning the tackling battle. Let's see. LSU, scrummage collapses. Let's see what the referee says. Who collapsed it? Let's see what he says. LSU's going to get the put in again. He said it's one of those kind of things. No harm, no foul. Let's do it again. We're down to 26 minutes left in the game right now. Once again, this game's brought to you by Belief Sports USA. LSU gets a good, clean possession. They strike it up hard. They get well past the game line that time. Let's see if they can recycle this ball quickly. They've got numbers outside. They got what they wanted. The backs are a little bit too spread out for their experience, if you ask me. But if I was LSU, I'd go back towards the side it came from. It looks like they got the numbers, and LSU elects to put it down the park. Ooh, straight out. Unlucky. LSU needs to get this ball away from the try line. Now they're hit by 2 full scores, or a 7 try with an extra point and a conversion and a penalty kick. Seems almost like their backs are a little bit too far apart for their experience. I think if it was me, I would tighten the ball up a little bit, let these strong LSU runners have a go. Oh, it's a line out to Clemson. Clemson wants to take the line out from the point of the kick. That's a wise decision by Clemson. They've been very strong in their line out game tonight. See if LSU can pinch one. And they go to the back. Nicely taken. But not well executed. They had something cooked up. They had a play with the front jumpers coming around trying to strike onto it. Ooh, a nice hard run. Number 2, their hooker hits it up. That was good. Now they're getting faster recycled ball. Now they're unlucky. We got an offsides penalty coming against LSU. Joel Jaidin, the hooker for Clemson, has played a very nice game tonight. He's had good, strong hit-ups. He's really been a force for him. Clemson's going to go with the percentages and go for points. They feel like they got the win. They got a pretty good kicker. And they'll retain the possession of the ball anyway if it goes to the try zone. LSU's looking at bringing on 2 substitutions. Noah Willsea and number 16 is Luis Flores going on for Peter Belleau. There it is. There's the kick. It's short. LSU did. All right. It's a 22-meter drop. Clemson gets the ball back. We got 2 substitutions coming on for LSU. LSU punches it deep. The fullback takes it. They're a little bit slow to react, and LSU spreading across some defense. Their big winger, he's a big fella. Good possession. LSU's defense is set up. They're squared up. LSU gets them behind the. Clemson striking it up. Clemson breaks a tackle. Number 16, Andrew Aspner, strikes it up. They're all queued up out here. They're hitting it up again. That big second row again. Harry Robinson. Here comes number 13, Michael Krumrey, punching it up. LSU disrupts their ruck. Turns it over. Very lucky. They're battling it out there. Who knows what's going on. LSU, Remond clears it down the park to their fullback, to their winger, to the fullback. He makes a step, but it's not going to. Some good talk right there. A good strike up. Number 5 is on the dash. That's Robinson. Down to the 22. If they can recycle it quickly, they got something going. The winger takes it. A brilliant tackle by LSU's Terence Alexander. Heads up play, making something out of nothing. Joel Jaidin. Some frenzied play there. Frenzied play. Both teams going at it with 20 minutes left. We got Luis Flores going on for Peter Belleau. Ryan Robbins off with a little hit. Luis Flores is on for Pete Belleau. And then we got a change at the winger. Number 21, Cody Frye. Who just went? Who can? All right. Clemson has a cleaner possession this time. They're trying some trickery. What is? That's got. What was that? A pulling left tackle? They're lucky they didn't get an obstruction right there. Come on, LSU's defense is. They cannot miss those tackles. The tackle should have been made about 3 meters behind there. They're striking up. Clemson's putting pressure on them, but they squander possession. It's a turnover ball. They'll play the first knock on LSU ball. LSU had a chance right there to reverse the park. Hey. We got a substitution for Clemson. Steve Lynch. Wesley Wilder is being replaced by Mr. I don't know yet, and I'll find out in a second. I don't have a spotter. LSU with the put in. LSU takes it off the side, puts pressure on them, reverses the field. Let's see. This young fella's pretty quick at fullback. Makes a little pass. Let's see. They're using the hands. LSU. Unlucky LSU. They almost made something happen. Knock forward on Clemson. Knock forward on Clemson. LSU reverses the field. It's LSU's first attacking position since the beginning of the half. Michael Krupp is going to be replaced by Mr. Michael Jensinski, pardon me. The scrummage is really high right now. The boys are getting a little tired out there. A nice little okie dokie on Mr. Redmond. Mr. Redmond threw a missed tackle. A brilliant try. A brilliant try. Gives him a little okie dokie pass, which wasn't a pass, and just cut it up park and took it to town. Gotta like that. This young fella from Australia's doing well in an LSU jersey. And that all came off a very strong scrummage from LSU that gave them good, clean possession and a little bit of something to work with. Clemson's line was already starting to kind of go towards the outside to try to focus on Cameron Troxler and Aidan Elias. Much to their chagrin, the number 10, Jake Remond, held on to it, gave a little dummy pass, the old okie dokie, and took off to the races. Broke one tackle, and the rest is history. Makes the score 24-10 LSU. Hunter Breit will try to make the conversion. This is a difficult one at best. Into the wind from about 45 meters. That's a long one. Let's see what he's got. He's got the distance. Unlucky. Didn't have the distance. almost had distance, veered off. Good go. All right, that makes the score LSU 24, Clemson 10. With 14 minutes left, LSU's taking control of this game. Clemson hasn't been able to take advantage of their possession they had all the half. The scrummage has really been the difference for LSU tonight. Clemson tries to put pressure on. Oh boy, LSU's playing a little hot potatoes. Redmond's on it. I think they might have pinched the ball. Clemson's pinched the ball. Off a penalty, they're going to go quick. They might get it added on to as well. There's a bit of chitter-chatter back there. Alan Longy tells number 12 from LSU, Daniel Boudreau, to keep it quiet. All right, there we go. Clemson finds touch. Now this has been a part of the Clemson's game where they've really excelled tonight. They've taken the lineouts. They've executed one run round off the back from the front, taking it off 6, come around one time to great effect. The next time they had it, the pass coming down off the jumper was behind the runner, nothing in it. Let's see if they could do it right this time. LSU's got to be looking for that. The other thing is, maybe Clemson will try to drive it off the back. LSU hasn't been defending the back well, or attempting to defend it. They could do a drive off this thing. They elect to go to, LSU. Takes their line out. Total miscommunication on that. Clemson putting pressure on. Slow ball out the back of that. I don't quite understand why the LSU halfback didn't call a hit up and settle it down. They did two little mistakes there. The halfback took a pass from the base of the line out. That was a short pass. Then he passed it to the fly half. It gave Clemson a lot of time to put pressure on them. LSU might regret that one. I think a hit-up would have been right there to settle it down, create a little bit of space for the fly half to get it clear. LSU dominates the scrummage right there, right when they needed to. Referee might have blown that up a little bit earlier than Clemson wanted. Their front row might have had to take one for the team in order for them to get some possession right there. This is a tough one for them. They're suffering up front. Luis Flores, Hunter Breit, and Porter Dazet are really having their way up front tonight. They keep the possession. 8-man picks up. John Brandt, they're forcing it. They got the possession. That's a hard one. Try to Clemson with 11 minutes left. This game's not quite over yet. The big 8-man, John Brandt, took it over. He's been highly affected under duress tonight. He hasn't really got much clean possession off the back of that scrummage. John Brandt scored the try. I don't know how much time, if I was Clemson, I would spend on this conversion. They really don't have much time left. They might be better off just having a go at it quick and seeing what happens and not wasting the time. The score is 24-15 right now. I just don't see him. I haven't seen the foot yet out of it, but I'll probably be mistaken right here. It's up. He's got the height. He's got the distance. No good. All right. It's 24-15 with 10 minutes left. Okay, here's a point where LSU needs to put the pressure on them. LSU's missing their star flanker tonight. The LSU side urges them on. It's a good high kick. That's just what they needed. It's just what they needed. Clemson takes it. They retain the possession, but it's very jumbled. It's not exactly what they wanted. They hit it forward. They don't really get any gain line, but they do clean it up a little bit. LSU's queued up big time. Oh, you see another handling error right there. Unlucky. That's not what they needed. The pass was a hair behind him. He was thinking what he was going to do. He didn't keep possession of it. He had pressure coming up too. Colin Gregory probably wishes he had that one back. And once again, they're playing into LSU's hands. LSU's dominating up front. Cody Frye puts it in. It's back to Todd Dupre. It's rolling a little bit. He's got, unlucky. That was a strategic mistake. Penalty to LSU. I'm not quite sure what the infraction was. LSU hits it up. Yeah, they need to get quick possession. Get the ball in Troxler's hands. That's what I would do. He's Dazet hits it up. They're trying to do it in the forwards. They're trying to do it in the forwards right now. We got another penalty back here from a prior infraction. He was playing advantage. The referees are going to have a bit of a chat. Something happened out there. Steve Perrell is going to talk down the long about something or other. Coach Steve Lynch curiously observing. Who knows what happened here? Down along, he's having a talk with their captain, Joel Jodd. It might have been. If I was LSU, I would take the points and close this thing out. The pace of this game is not really worked into their. LSU elects to go for post. I think it's a wise decision. It slows the game down a little bit. LSU's in front by 9 points. Big kick for this young prop, Hunter Breit, sophomore. Give a moment of silence here. Very quiet here. Just a rush of the traffic, and he does exactly what he needed to do for LSU. Splits the uprights, takes the game to 27-15. A very important kick there. All right, good high kick. Oh, good take, a good take. That thin man right there just bravely took that kick and hit it up the park. Oh, we lost it in a turnover. Oh, goodness. Clemson on the attack again. Watch out. Oh, Cameron Troxler once again making his presence known. He's a first-class player. But they lose. They retain the possession. Clemson a little bit past the gain line. Clemson has to go wide. Has to go wide now. That big second row is through. Dazet with a crucial tackle. The scrum half spins out. They got numbers out wide. If they can move it, they can move it. Oh, my goodness, they got space for days out there. Aidan Elias makes a tackle, but misses it on David Lamuth. It's recycled. Okay. Past the gain line. There we go. It's It's going to be a tricky possession. They're hitting it up. Clemson's trying, giving it everything they got. They have not exploited the mismatch. Oh, they need to use their hands. They need to use their hands. Oh, the ball turned over. Knocked on by Clemson. LSU scrummage. It's just what LSU wanted. You got to give it. Clemson's done a lot of things right this game. A little lack of pace on the outside has kind of hurt them, and they haven't been able to get the ball into number 11's hands. A Mr. Hunter Dazet, who's been trouble for LSU, but they've never really given him the ball in space the way they need to. And that's worked to LSU's favor. What I like about LSU this half is they've kept the ball out of the lineouts. They've dominated the scrummages. They have not recycled the ball as quickly as they should have, but they've controlled the game, and they played off of their strengths. And some very key kicks as well. Stephen Lynch of Clemson should be happy with his team's effort because it's a young team, he was telling me. They've got like 8 freshmen out there. LSU picks it up. Now he's trying to get cleaner possession to maybe clear it out. They got to use that. Oh, they're fighting for it. They're wrestling for it. They don't want to lose the possession here. Oh, there's a penalty not releasing in the tackle. Take your time. Why would LSU want to go fast? Coach Bob Causey's instructed him, take the points. There's a Brennan Adams comes on for Mr. Brennan Adams. Comes on for Owen Skanucky. They find touch. No, they don't. Uh-oh. Oh, a very tidy play. You gotta like this Hunter Dazet. He tried to make something out of nothing right there, and you gotta admire his inspiration and his guile. He almost craftily threw the ball back in. The LSU player fell down. He got on his feet, picked the ball back up, and was ready to score a try, except the ball was thrown forward. And I think playing right into LSU's hands. LSU has to put in. Good clean hook. Nice. Nice. LSU uses their boot. Slows the game down. Puts the ball down the park. 22 looks a little. Oh, Aidan Elias on the dash. Does he have it? Oh, he's out of bounds. Unlucky. Unlucky. Very nice take. Taking advantage of the young winger, Mr. Brennan Adams, unfortunately. Aidan Elias, a great take. Showing flashes of brilliance there. Got about 2 minutes left in the game right now. Clemson's got to do something here. Clemson has a man wide open to line out. I do not understand why these young men aren't throwing lobs tonight. They're wide open. They're throwing line-out balls that are very difficult for gentlemen to catch. I guess it's the change in the game right now. We got Lewis hitting it up. Lewis Flores. No relation to me. John Stott Flores. Nice little chip through. Pressure on. It takes funny. They can't. That's Clemson. Clemson hits it up. A little confusion there. Penalty for offsides, LSU. Clemson's going. Clemson's running it. They have to. Number 8 again. He would have to be their man of the match right now for Clemson's side. Yeah. Here comes that hooker again, Joel Jaidin. Good clean ball. They got numbers. Got numbers. You got LSU not tackling low, letting somebody get away. Nice play by Clemson. Oh, unlucky. A penalty right there. He was playing advantage. It's full time. They're playing advantage. One last penalty to Clemson. They'll let the game play out, which is a common courtesy in rugby. Clemson's been fighting hard all night. Hunter Breit for LSU gets a yellow card for a repeated infringement of hands in. Unlucky. Clemson's going to run it. Clemson pushes it down the park. There's space right there. LSU finds touch right now. The game's over. And that's the game. There might be a little bit more left. It was already out of bounds. It'll be Clemson's ball. The Clemson man touched the ball after he had stepped out of bounds, so the ball is Clemson's. See how they do in the line out. A nice take by Clemson. They're trying to work it back, get them all going. They couldn't seal it up well. It's a ruck. They hit it up again off the side. They get a little yardage off of that. The forwards have decided, hey, if we're gonna score a try, it's going to be us. This should be the last piece of play for the game. Next stoppage should do it unless it's a penalty to Clemson. Clemson's fighting. He spins out of that tackle very nicely. Clemson bring up the park. Penalty to Clemson. Hands in on LSU. Yeah, they take it. They're fighting on it. LSU did not retreat off that penalty, and they were pinged for a penalty. They were playing advantage. LSU's in danger of getting another yellow card, but it really wouldn't matter. There's no time left in the match. Number 4, he's played really well tonight as well. He's been a force for him. They keep on. Try to Clemson in the dying moments. And that's their 8-man. The man's been everywhere. John Brandt. He's got to be their man of the match. I'll give him the award. He gets a pat on the back and an attaboy. But he's played very well tonight. LSU suffers with the second. What's your name? Samuel Beard is yellow carded in the closing moments. So it makes 2. That makes the score 27-20. And that's the match to the LSU Tigers. LSU 27, Clemson 22. It's a pretty nice match out there tonight. You know what? Both these teams played well, fought hard. Both have some work to do. The man of the match for LSU would have to be Cameron Troxler. He was everywhere. He was the force that lifted LSU up. And for Clemson, the man of the match would be John Brandt. let's go through the tries. Hunter Breit had 1 try, two conversions, and 1 penalty kick. Jack Redmond had a beautiful 40-meter try off an okie dokie dummy pass. And Clemson Troxler had 2 tries of his own through nice heads-up turnover ball. Can't argue against that. For Clemson, you had John Brandt had 2 tries, and Hunter Dazet had 2 tries himself. Very nice match. Okay. Overall, the match was pretty good. Both teams can work on their 9-10 connection. I thought LSU's scrimmage tonight was the difference in the match, without a doubt. Each team had 4 tries, but LSU controlled the pace of the game throughout due to that. But I gotta like the run-ups and the hit-ups that these forwards did. Number 8, number 4, number 5, and number 2 for Clemson were outstanding tonight. As the coaches gather up the teams and talk about what went right and what went wrong, I don't think there's anything for Clemson to be ashamed of. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gift Time Rugby Network signing off. Thank you for our sponsors, Belief Sports USA. And my name is John Staub. Goodbye from the Riverside.
144 meters by 70 meters. 15 or 7 aside. Run or kick forward. Pass backwards. Tackle low and proper. Rugby is one of the fastest growing sports in the nation. Men and women of all ages are picking up the ball. We're entering a new era of rugby. The Gift Time Rugby Network is here for you. We want to inform you. We want to entertain you. And we want to provide the best live coverage of rugby events that you can access. National, club, college, and under 19. Gift Time Rugby Network is here to translate rugby for you. Check us out online and don't forget to subscribe.